Today's review is the Neca San Diego Comic-Con 2004 exclusive, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Fred Krueger. So I actually obtained this figure on eBay for a fairly decent price, as I wasn't collecting figures at the time this was released, and since I'm a big Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger fan, I had to have this. So as you can see, it has kind of the boxing packaging, window box packaging that they have nowadays with more recent figures, and this seems to be a more common trend now. So this was an old release, so it's nice to see that NECA is going back to this type of style packaging. So here's a front shot of the package, and to the side you get Fred Krueger exclusive, and on the back you get a nice little read up, and to the other side you get the song that you hear out throughout the movie, and a face of Fred Krueger before his face was burned. So we'll get this opened up and I'll be right back. Included in the package is a nice little backdrop you see here. This is where usually victims fall into. Yeah, so it's nice to have that display on the side with the figure, so I will put that aside. So you get a 7-inch figure of Fred Krueger, and the accessories are as shown. You get an alternate hand, you get a Freddy alternate head, which is the burnt Fred Krueger, and you get the nice little doll, that creepy little doll that is removable from the hand, as it looks like it's attached in the figure, in the box, but it is a separate piece. So we'll put that on the side. So it may be a little hard to catch on camera, but if you compare this Freddy figure with more recent Freddy figures, you'll notice that this, for example, the sweater paint is a little more brighter green and red on the more recent figures, but over here, since this is from 2004, it's much darker, but overall the paint job is still very good. As for the pants, you get a nice little dirty looking brown on his pants, and as for the head paint, the likeness is, I guess this could be the young Robert Englund, although I haven't really looked up any younger pictures of Robert Englund, but I guess that there is a Springwood slasher figure from NECA that's more recent, and the likeness on that one is a little more accurate, but this one, I mean, paint job is definitely up there, but likeness, I don't think it's as close as to the more recent one. So you get paint job on his hands, it's very good. Claw gloves, knives. The silver color is definitely dangerous looking. So overall paint job is good. Let's take a look at the accessories. The paint job on the alternate head sculpt is definitely on point. Very creepy looking, burned version of Freddy. The hat's not removable, but the hat is also nicely sculpted, very well painted. Let's take a look at the alternate hand. I mean, I think this is the same hand as before he was burned, but just a scarred version, burnt version. Let's put that down. There is a shot of the creepy doll. I mean, the detail on it is just phenomenal. I mean, they did not leave anything out. You can see the ponytail is very well painted. Design on the doll is what you would see. As for articulation, his head is on a swivel, and the head does come off easily, so let's put on the burnt version of Freddy. It's very also I wanted to mention that they did actually sculpt painted blood in the neck area over here, as if the head got severed, and also on the head, alternate head itself. It's very little nice fine details, although you wouldn't leave the head off, but it is a nice little detail there. Okay, that's a swivel, and on his shoulder is also a swivel. This side is a little stiff right now, so I may need to use a blow dryer to warm it up a little, get it loosened up. The elbow is a swivel. Hand is swivel as well, and let's switch to the alternate hand. Yeah, the figure is a little old, so it's a little bit stiff. And with the alternate hand, you should be able to also put in the creepy doll. Doesn't stay as well. There appears to be a swivel at the waist, but it's very stiff at the moment. So if I'm wrong about the swivel, I'll just put in the notes. But there's definitely a cutoff there. And also I'll do some research if that's actually a swivel. As for the knees, there's no articulation there, and the feet do rotate a little, so there's some rotation there. So overall, I mean, it does somewhat stand well. It doesn't come with any stand, and the other issue that you might get is one of his left foot is flat, but the other foot is as if he's lunging, so it won't stand as well, so you have to find a good position for him. If you're a Freddy Krueger fan, or Nightmare on Elm Street fan, I'd highly recommend getting this figure. It's not insanely expensive on the black market now, but it is a rare find. Once in a while you might be able to see a good deal on an auction. So I do recommend getting this figure. It's a great addition to if you have an existing Freddy Krueger collection. This is sort of like an old school version of Freddy Krueger when Neca first had the license, and this is what the product comes out to, so it's nice to have sort of like where it all started. So overall, nice figure. I'm definitely happy about this, and I'll put it on display. So to end this review, if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. Please subscribe, and have a good day.